Is there a way that Apple can get people interested in the Apple Card once again? Some people say yes, and I kind of like the suggestion. Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel, and let's talk about the Apple Card. Now, the Apple Card is by far one of the most beautiful cards I have. Look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Got the name. It's titanium. It's got that nice little Apple logo in it. What a nice card. Now, some of you are wondering, hey, why is that in here and not in your wallet? Well, simple answer. I don't put it in the wallet. It's too nice to use, and plus you get more cash back when you use the Apple Card through the iPhone. Anyway, that's what it was designed for. That's where you get the most out of it. If someone does not accept Apple Pay, there's other cards I have where I will get way more than the 2% cash back in terms of points or, other things like that. However, here's something that cannot be denied. The Apple Card, for all intents and purposes, has not been a rousing success for Apple. Yeah, it certainly helps sell Apple products, but it's not been a very attractive card to the general populace or the credit card warriors who go out of their way to sign up for very specific credit cards to maximize rewards. Now, when I first got this thing, I think this was the first credit card in a while that I got that actually provided cash back, and I was very happy to have it. They gave me a credit line that I had not had in a very long time. And so it was really exciting. I was like, yes, I've got the Apple Card. And because Apple does it, everyone jumped up and down. They showed off the design. It was really neat. And because of the Apple Card, this is one of the reasons why credit card companies now put the credit card information on the back of their card. They're not going to take it off the card because that creates a logistical nightmare if you don't have a payment app. However, they realize that people liked taking pictures of the credit card and showing them on social media. So it's like, hey, why are we putting the number on the front of the card when people are going to be very, very shy about sharing that information, and for good reason, on Instagram and Facebook? Let's put the information on the back of the card so people can pose with their shiny new credit card, and it's free publicity for us. So Apple did change the game in that way, but the card itself is frankly not spoken about very highly among credit card warriors and enthusiasts. And now that I've kind of entered that realm a little bit, I sort of understand why. 2% cash back is certainly not a whole lot to talk about. 3% is nice, but they pretty much only give it to you for Apple products. And as for the 1% for everything else, if you use a regular card, well, I'm sorry, but my USAA gives 1.5% cash back, and my Discover will give routinely 2 to 5% cash back. So it's not really that great of a card. And that has got people wondering, is the Apple Card a failure? Should Apple give up? Should they just move on? And the answer is no, I don't think they should move on. In fact, some people are suggesting maybe it's time for Apple to switch gears a little bit. After all, the Apple Card in some ways is very contrary to what Apple stands for. Apple prides itself in providing premium products. When you go up and you say, hey, why is this iPad tablet $1,000 more than this Samsung tablet? It's because Apple is a premium product. Now, why would I get the iPhone over this Android? Because Apple is a premium product. The Apple Card, despite how pretty it looks, despite how good it looks right now, is not a premium card. It is a card made for subprime lenders, basically people who are rebuilding their credit, maybe some people who have gone through a bankruptcy. It looks nice on the outside, but it really isn't designed for luxurious people and people with a lot of money. And people who are luxurious are going to go with other top-tier credit cards, unless they're going to buy an Apple product, in which case the 3% cash back makes a lot of sense. And that's why it's actually being suggested that maybe it's time for Apple to step up their game and make an Apple Card Plus and actually enter the premium market to compete with companies like American Express. So, here's an article from Bloomberg by Mark Gurman. And he says, The debut of the new American Express Platinum card had me thinking a lot about the Apple Card, the Goldman Sachs Group in collaboration that came out nearly 2 years ago. So far, it doesn't appear the card has made much headway. It's still US only, the rewards are mediocre, and the revenue impact for Apple Inc. doesn't seem significant. I want to also add, even though this is kind of more of a side note, that usually it is listed as the top 5 best credit cards for people who are new to credit or reestablishing credit. When it comes to top 5 cards that you must have in your wallet, the Apple Card is usually on none of these lists. So, continuing, Apple shouldn't give up. I think what the product needs is an Apple Card Plus, a product to target the high-end market dominated by the Premium and Chase Sapphire Reserve. Those cards charge $550 to $695 a year, prices that aren't out of reach for the sorts of Apple customers who regularly spring for the Pro models or the Hermes watch bands. A card that combines the current Apple Card's elegant software and monthly installment plans on Apple products with better rewards and benefits could be unbeatable. Doing so could provide a strong new revenue source for the company, drive adoption of more Apple services, and create new competition in a market due for a shakeup. While the Amex and Chase cards both target the same consumers, they take slightly different approaches. Amex has a mediocre travel-focused reward structure, 5 points per dollar spent on flight, 1 point on everything else. Well, that's not true. They also give 4 points for, well, I guess it depends which one. If you're just doing a normal Amex credit card, maybe that's correct. With a strong set of credits for Equinox, streaming, and travel. Chase's credits are inferior for my personal habits, but the Sapphire Reserve offers better reward structure, 3 points on dining, and a much broader definition of travel. Apple could command an even higher annual fee, say $750, justified by the sort of benefits a premium cardholder expects, but of course with an Apple focus. Here's an example. $10 per month in credit towards Apple services like Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, or Apple Arcade. This would be similar to Amex Digital Entertainment credit up to $120 value. And since Apple does have that little combo thing where you can get storage and Apple Music and Apple TV for $15 a month, that would be a very attractive offer, I'm not going to lie. An annual subscription to Apple Care Plus for the cardholder's iPhone. This would be a more premium version of the phone insurance offered by many credit cards, which is an up to $200 value. $200 in annual statement credits for travel-related purchases, $10 in monthly credits toward ride-hailing services like Lyft or Uber, matching offerings from Chase and Amex, $120 in annual value. Airline lounge access, of course, like the competing cards, Apple will need to offer lounge access. Perhaps United Airlines, which Apple has spent a reported $150 million per year on employee travels, would be interested. iMessage Concierge, another key component of the Amex Platinum, is its concierge system where the consumers can call in for the diner and travel reservations, among other things. With its large Apple Care network, Apple too could potentially compete on that side of the card. As for the rewards, Apple should revamp those too. 2% cash back for all purchases via Apple Pay is fair, but the 3% return on Apple purchases trails other store-end cards. The Apple Card also lacks multiplier for popular categories like groceries, gas, dining, and travel. I'd suggest Apple go up to 5% cash back on Apple purchases and 3% on the aforementioned categories. In fact, here's something that Apple could even do. Maybe even offer like, hey, we'll give you 7% off the Apple product if you pay it all at once, but if you have to do monthly installments, then do 5%. And, this makes perfect sense. The only other thing I would add is like maybe add Apple Arcade for free. In addition to that $10 credit, because Apple Arcade works on Apple TV devices and iPads, and that would encourage people to buy one of those devices to play Apple Arcade, since they're getting the, buy one of the products because they're getting Apple Arcade for free. They need a device to play it on, so therefore they might buy an iPad Pro or an Apple TV, and they would then justify the use. They'd be buying an extra product to use the service. So I think this is actually a really good idea, and maybe you can even send a personalized card very much like that. Now, would I get an Amex, it's not an Amex, an Apple Card Plus? Maybe I would, if only because my wife is hugely into Apple products, and we would get a lot of use out of those perks. That said, I am very happy with my Amex Gold Card, which unlike what this article says, does provide a lot of points for grocery shopping and travel, and I've already racked up so many points, primarily because I'm using it for everything in my business. And with that said, since Apple doesn't have an Apple Card Plus yet, if you want an Amex Gold card and you want to get 60,000 bonus points, you can sign up using the referral link below. This is not a sponsored video. This is just me personally saying, hey, you want some extra miles? You want a, gold fancy card that you can show and brag to your friends? Sign up through me, and you might even get some bonus mile points, and you can be the talk of the town. But with that said, yes, I think the Apple Card Plus is a great idea, and I think Apple should get on it because, with the Apple Card, despite how it initially came off sounding like Apple's going to shake up the way we do credit, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, it ultimately ended up being a subpar card that attracted everyday consumers to buy Apple products and not a whole lot else. Sure, when you don't have a whole lot else, the Apple Card was really good. When I first got it, I had nothing but Capital One and Credit One and the Destiny MasterCard. Trust me, a card that gave cash back was definitely a bonus. But then since then, I got a PlayStation card, which gave me tons of points towards games on PlayStation. I got the USAA card, which gave me 1.5% cash back on everything, which was way more than what Apple would do, especially for those places that didn't offer Apple Pay. And now I have the Amex Gold card, which their point system and rewards and how they dole out the points for things that I purchase. The Apple card is getting left in the dust pretty quickly. So I would definitely welcome an Apple Card Plus, but I will ask you guys this. Would you get an Apple Card Plus? Heck, do you have an Apple Card right now? And what do you think about it? Do you use it that often? Would a Card Plus be an enticing offer to you? I mean, one more thing the Apple Card Plus can do, a $100 credit towards an Apple product. I mean, that would pretty much ensure that a device is getting bought that year. Yeah, I think it's a great idea personally, and I'd like to know if you would think it's a good idea too. So you know the drill. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.